The member from Welland.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Finance. Speaker, last Wednesday, without bothering to consult community leaders and residents, the government put 210 workers out of a job in Fort Erie. Oh. Speaker, this short-sighted decision to close the OLG slots in Fort Erie has thrown lives into turmoil, has damaged the economy of a region that is already reeling from severe job losses.
Chernobyl, Ontario.
Speaker, will the Finance Minister explain how this government will spare Fort Erie and Niagara, the Niagara region, from more economic devastation?
Finance.
Speaker, of course, there has been job loss as a result of this decision, and there is a very generous severance as well as retraining opportunities provided. And one can certainly understand the position and views of families that are affected by this. But at a time like this, Mr. Speaker, we had to choose. Do we want to provide $345 million to the horse racing industry, Mr. Speaker? I remind the member opposite last week her leader was asking question after question about the appropriateness of government money for business. Well, Mr. Speaker, this is a big one. $3.8 billion, Mr. Speaker, since the program started. These are difficult choices. We'll continue to work with the families affected, Mr. Speaker. It's the right thing to do, but making this choice, as difficult as it was about a better future for all Ontarians, about setting our priorities in the right place.
Supplementary, the member from Essex.
My question is to the Minister of Finance. Mr. Speaker, this isn't a question of horses or health care. It's a question of horses or welfare, because you're going to put 2,000 people on the welfare line with this decision. Even the Liberal member from Niagara Falls has put the blame squarely on the Premier and the Finance Minister for the decision to close LNG slots at border communities. The Finance Minister has wrung his hands over job losses in southwestern Ontario, and he's put another 350 people out of work in his own community and 2,000 in Essex County that rely on the horse harness industry. Instead of tweeting excuses, Mr. Speaker, will he explain to the workers how they're supposed to pay their bills and feed their families, and when will we see a real jobs plan that gets them back to work in southwestern Ontario?
Thank you. Minister of Finance.